Welcome to the Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. What up? Welcome to the Waiver Wire, where fantasy players become fantasy legends.
What's up, y'all?
We are here, baby.
I made the trip, man.
Yes, sir.
Shit. I set
Actually,
out
I think this new plan, this new noon.
yeah, if I keep
noon
working
thing,
that.
Yeah.
Because then I'm not like stressed about having to wake up too early.
Plus, I feel for you. Like, you were driving here, then you had to drive all the way back home, and you were probably home for like a little bit, and then it was like either had to go to work or go do the rest of your day. Like,
I wasn't normally working. Like,
Yeah,
there
but
was
that's
the
a lot
day
of
I took
driving,
off.
though.
But honestly, I think that I'm gonna take Tuesdays off still because I'm gonna. I think next month I'm gonna force myself to take 2 days off a week.
nice. It's good to do. I was kind of. I ended up picking up today, but I told myself if this one person didn't answer me, then I was like, I'll just take today off because you need it. You know, it sucks to be working all the time.
Like,
but,
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what else sucks? House of Dragons. House of Dragons sucks.
I didn't even watch it this week.
Yeah, why would you? Why would you?
Well,
Why
the
would
only
you watch
reason
a
I
piece of
was
shit
watching
show?
it is because my friend comes over
Yeah.
to watch it, and they didn't come over. So
You know, like this last episode, they tried. There was even like the end, a big dragon moment, which was cool. But again, you gave me like 30 seconds of dragon, and
they
this
keep
show
teasing
called
it.
House of
Is that what they're
fucking
like? We're
Dragons.
gonna go more dragons.
But
right
yeah,
at the
like
end.
you know, I guess so. The old guy dies, right? The
King died.
The king died, and I didn't realize how big a deal that was going to be. I was like, how have they not been obviously
right, like guy
planning
looked
that
like
this
shit in
guy's
the
gonna
last
die?
one. Had to have known he was gonna die soon.
But it was a big deal.
Although he has been like sick and dying.
Well,
for
and it's about who
several-
takes over, you know? So, like,
Oh,
that's
that's
what
right.
this episode's about. It's
Rhaenyra.
like, she's now the wife is telling everybody, like, oh, he told me in his dying breath that Aegon's supposed to be the king. And they're all like, yeah, sure, okay. Well, we'll go with that then. And then they're all, so anybody that was with Rhaenyra is being executed or whatever. So, this was a better episode.
So now they finally got
somewhere.
Now we're killing people.
Now we're killing people.
And now there's actually a Game
Yep.
of Thrones.
Now it's Game of
we've got
Thrones.
a bunch of people
Yep.
that want to be the king.
But I
and
still stand. You
other
still have
queen.
given me. You've given me 6 characters to look at. In Game of Thrones,
Right,
you
you had
had
fucking-
oh my
good
god, you
Lord.
had every Stark
It
kid.
was the biggest fucking
yeah,
cast
it was
ever.
like shit.
right?
I got to keep
Jesus
track of all
Christ.
these people. But in House of Dragons, you got one family.
Yeah.
One family, 6 characters. They will bring on, like they did it in this one too. No spoilers, whatever. They're having this small council meeting. This guy who I've never seen, I don't think he's had a speaking line yet. He gets up and he's all, no, you know, Rhaenyra is blah, 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 blah. So what do? They fucking kill him. Just like the guy that got his head chopped off in that other episode. There was like, I think we've seen this, like he's the brother of the other king or whatever. He's the brother of the other Valerian guy. But he hasn't had a speaking line. Now he's yelling and screaming about how these kids are bastards. Get his head chopped off. They bring on these little side characters to just go like, sure, like, we'll kill him. Like, fuck. Game of Thrones was so good because you killed major characters that we did not think were going to die.
Like immediately.
You chopped Ned Stark's head
Well,
off.
they made us like the Starks, right?
Yeah.
Like that was kind of like the ones you were supposed
Yeah.
to like. And then you killed them all.
Yeah, you killed them all.
Fucking
Amazing.
basically.
Amazing.
And then if they weren't killed, they were dispersed and basically tore that fucking family
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
Right?
But House of Dragons is not that at all.
No,
we're watching
it's
one.
just
We're watching one
trash.
soap opera between like
Yeah,
these
that's what
girls don't like each other. Like, get the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
out of here. Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
It really hasn't gotten much better. I don't know. I watched the one where he made them all eat together and shit. I don't know.
Just kill the old man, huh? Like
Yeah.
how much can we drag out a man's death? I didn't
How
even
much
care
longer
about it.
can we talk about a shitty show?
But we can talk about how much it's a great. The Rings of Power is infinitely better than House of Dragons.
I'll agree.
And the new episode where they showed basically that. So have you watched them all?
I don't know if I watched the
All right,
last
well,
one.
spoiler alert coming up.
I won't remember anyway.
Okay, so the whole time this elf who like is the leader of the orcs, they're calling
Right,
him
father.
Sauron, or it's like sometimes they're like, oh, his name's Sauron, or father, or like there's another name that he had whenever he was like part elf or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so he has like a lot of different backgrounds. And
I guess the orcs are calling
We
him
haven't
father.
really got to figure out who he is until he does this incredible episode 6 is incredible. Just the fight, he comes, he's going to attack this town. The light-skinned black elf is there, ready to fight. He's got the townspeople ready to fight. They do this great battle back and forth. Galadriel and all the other people on the ships, all the other men on the ships, they show up. It's like just in Lord of the Rings where they show up at the right time.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
They win the battle. They capture the Sauron guy.
One?
So that was the sixth one where so you saw where they set off that volcano.
Yeah. Woo! Oh, and turned the whole thing. And then they said they're making their Shadowland. He basically made Mordor. Yeah,
he made Mordor.
Yes.
So in the seventh one, that's what he's showing, that he is Sauron. He is the big bad dude that gets the ring, that becomes the evil
the seeing eye.
He's the eye. And man, just a great episode. Episode 7, the last one that just came. I think the one this week is the finale. It's episode 8. And episode 7 was okay, but it was, I mean, still, the way it looks, the characters that they've added into this show, the acting is good. I mean, there's not a ton of acting going on because I have
a lot of action,
I have fight scenes, House of Dragons.
That's what it's supposed to be.
The trailer for the new House of Dragons does look like there's going to be a fight in this next one because now it's,
I think maybe and hopefully they're just dragging this shit out, and they had to lay this foundation of just this family because eventually it does get to Game of Thrones, and there's got to be some more. I don't know. I read something that the dude that writes him.
Hey! Get out down there! I hear you! Shut the fuck up!
Says that he needs at least 4 seasons to tell this story properly.
Okay. Well,
so maybe it's just really fucking boring and slow at first.
I'm not somebody who read the Game of Thrones books or am a super nerd like that. Like, I don't know Dothraki or anything. But I did go last night when we were watching it, because we didn't watch it Sunday because it's a bad fucking show. So last night randomly we were like, whatever, we'll put it on. And while I'm watching it, I look up because I'm confused on who's who. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, who's Daenerys' dad? Are we that close or are we far away from that? It's only like
200 years.
Right. So they are farther away from Daenerys and the cast that we know of Game of Thrones than I thought. I thought we were like one generation away from that.
No, I think it said in the beginning that it was like 200 years before. Yes.
And like, the Aegon and the Aemon Targaryen that are the kid that got his eye cut and the other one, they're not even, they're like great-grandfathers of Daenerys. Like, they're way down the line. Right. So I looked up a little family tree of the Targaryen house, and it was very interesting to read some of, like, I kind of looked into the future of like, oh, so that's what's going to happen. Like, you see who becomes king. It said, like, who becomes king. Right. It says who gets married to who and has a baby with who. That's what family tree is. Thank you so much. And so I don't know. So I kind of am looking forward to it. Maybe there will be better. I need more action. Game of Thrones gave me more action.
More action, more scandal, more fucking. Because they also had, like, I mean, because there were so many people plotting and scheming and Littlefinger and also
just like badass. Like, remember the scene where
a fucking dwarf or whatever.
Remember the scene where Jamie rolls up and
little
like
person.
where's the dwarf? In the first season, Jamie, when they capture Ned Stark, they have like a whole fight scene and then he ends up fucking sticking him in the leg. Remember that whole scene? Yeah. That was badass. Yeah. We don't have any of that. We had one scene where Daemon killed a bunch of guys, which was cool. We've had,
and he's really the only one that's.
But they're kind of wasting his character at this point. They're kind of wasting it. I haven't seen anything else from him.
He's all somber and shit.
Anyways, fuck you, House of Dragons. 2 thumbs up, Rings of Power. Moving on. First down. Let me get this Houston Astros fucking sweatshirt front and fucking center, bitch. Woo!
Did we talk about it at all?
No, because we've been talking. I mean, it's just. I think like once I'm like Ghost Stros.
Well, I know, but like since Jordan hit the fucking walk off and nothing.
No, damn. Because it's been all football. There's been so much in football going on that
that's true. And I missed a few weeks.
Right,
and shoved it all.
But god damn it, we're gonna do a whole first down about the Houston fucking Astros and these other little piss on bitches. I'll tell you this though, if I'd have told you a month ago, hey, the Padres and the Phillies are going to play in the NLCS, you'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
But here's the thing, because somebody was on Facebook going, oh, it's going to be the World Series is going to be easy to win now. I'm like,
don't say that.
Chill the fuck out, because we thought that the Nationals and the Braves were going to be easy too.
Baseball,
they were not.
In the history of baseball, I would say 95% of the time, the winner of the World Series is who got hot at the very end of the
time,
year.
Yep.
At the it's
you gotta
always
get right
this.
pitching,
You've got to
right
stay
hitting
healthy.
at the right time.
It's a fucking marathon. You played 162 games. The Yankees at the beginning of the season, they looked fucking red hot. It was like, oh shit, who's going to beat these games? Look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers played this whole regular season dominating.
How many? 111
One
wins?
of the best winning percentages in the past 15 years, you know?
Well, even the best team ever didn't win the World Series.
Of course.
Remember the Seattle Mariners, right?
And you go into it with this.
They win like 116 or some shit like that.
But you go into it also with that added pressure of that you have to win.
You're the best team ever.
You're the betting favorite. You're the one that should
and
win.
Everybody's out to get you.
Which is why we're fucking. That's why we are who we are. 6 straight ALCSs. That's a record.
That's pretty impressive.
You know, I just what are we not going to go to the ALCS next year? Fuck out of here. We might go 10 years strong of going to ALCSs. We might go to 8 World Series. We're a dynasty.
Did you see the Carlos Carrera when he had to interview?
Yeah, we had to interview Jeremy Pena. I was like, this is fucking hilarious. Who did this? Who did this? What G? They were like, hey, we should have Carlos interview him. They're like, genius!
And then I forget who I was listening to, but he was like, the only thing that I have a problem with is that the baseball guys are just too fucking nice. Like, if it was NBA today, like, Charles and Shaq would have fucking lit him up and made fun of him and asked him how he felt interviewing his replacement and shit.
That's true. All of them were just like, this is nice to have you here, Carlos.
Yes.
But I will say the Mariners were tough, tougher than we thought.
Honestly, those first 2 games they could have won.
Oh, very much so.
And honestly, the last one they could have won.
And in Game 3, Jordan did not play that way, but Games 1 and 2, if Jordan acts like that, if we get that Jordan Alvarez, good fucking luck.
Why was he playing in the outfield?
Well, they have to play him in the outfield because they don't trust Trey Mancini. Sucks in the outfield. And that's the thing is that I will appreciate what Dusty Baker has done is that you made these trades for Trey Mancini and Christian Vasquez. And, okay, I think if Trey Mancini gets more at bats, I think it'll work. But he pretty much said, like, that's great that you traded for them, but Yuli is my first baseman. Like, I'm not starting Trey Mancini on first base just because you traded for that. Like, this guy, this core that we have of these 4 guys that now we've added Jeremy Pena into, it's not going to change. And Yuli has been great.
Well, and it's also, Yuli's been there. Like, even if he's had one of, it's not the best season that he's had.
Jose Altuve is 0 for 19. We're still going to bat him leadoff, and we still trust this guy that he's going to get out of this.
He'll realize that he needs to just try to get hits and try to stop hitting fucking home runs.
He's trying to hit home runs.
Time. But that might be the analytics, too, though. The analytics might say hit fucking home runs.
He's just pressing. He's pressing.
You can tell with
He's pressing. He's forcing it.
He's
he
like
knows
swinging at everything.
Yeah. They also, like, okay. It's tough because Dusty Baker can't go to him and be like, listen, I need you to work on this. Like, he's Jose fucking Altuve. He's one of the best players. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
We're winning.
We love him. He's not going to stop batting leadoff either.
He's done this before.
What he's made a living off of, too, is swinging at the first pitch. When you're a pitcher, you try to get that first strike and you might throw a little meatball out there and you think the guy's just going to let this first one go by just to get a feel for me. Jose Altuve has made a fucking living. He has made millions of dollars as looking at all those analytics and saying, fuck that. I'm going to swing hard at that first pitch. He hits home runs off of first pitches, but the problem is the whole league knows this too. Yeah. Everybody knows.
Well, maybe take a pitch or two.
Come on!
Maybe
That's
every now and then.
I don't know how Dusty Baker says that. I don't know how he goes up and goes, hey, listen, I know you are who you are. I know you love swinging at the first pitch. I know you've hit home runs. I get it. You're going to tell me all these things that I have to go, I don't know, that makes sense. I mean, I know you are who you are, but at this at-bat, let the first one go by. Huh? just at this one. You can do whatever you want on the next one. But on this one, you got to let the first... He swings at the first pitch no matter what it is.
No matter where it's at.
And Seattle is so... Seattle, the entire time, it was junk outside. It was a slider way outside. And he was swinging at him. And then, relievers in that game 3, they were just throwing him slider after slider after slider, just going, oh, well, shit, he's swinging at everything. So fuck it. Just fucking throw him whatever we want. And I know he'll snap out of it. Trey Mancini, I don't think, has got hit as well, and I like his bat too. He's going to be a DH, though, because he can't be trusted in the outfield. And Yuli is fucking doing great. Yuli's, ever since they made that trade for Trey Mancini, Yuli has bat like almost 300 and been killing it. So he's not going anywhere. They're going to try to get Aldamus Diaz in there, that DH spot as well.
Man, wouldn't it be nice to have Brantley in there?
Man, God, that would be nice. He's always dressed in street clothes in the dugout, and I always see him, and I'm like, fuck, man.
What's wrong with him?
He did something to his.
He's been out for a while.
It was a season-ending surgery that he had. I can't remember. He had a surgery. There was a surgery that he had to. He went out for the season. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But man, that'd be nice. But dude, we have so many good pitchers. Just think about that 18-inning game where no matter who we brought in,
Luis Garcia.
Luis Garcia played a fucking game.
Yeah.
He played a whole game.
We're like, we're just gonna throw.
And we have him because it was like, oh well, you know what? No matter what we do to our bullpen in this game, we can go Jose Urquidy and Christian Javier for the next game, and we're set. And if we got to bring in Presley, we bring in Presley. Our pitching has never been better. Our lineup is pit. Let me ask you this, because you see how people are like, oh well, Cleveland's hot right now. Better watch out for Cleveland. Whose lineup is batting better, the Astros or the Yankees? It's the Astros all day long, and it's from guys that you like, dude. One of the best things I think happened in this series is that they lit Alex Bregman on fire when they walked Yordan Alvarez in front of him. Did you see his press conference after the game? Bregman was like, I have never, not in Pee-wee, high school, nobody has ever, when they were doing it, I was confused. When they walked Yordan, I was like, wait a minute. Are they walking him to get to me? Are they walking the bases loaded to get to, he was like, it's never happened to me. I've never had it happen in the major leagues. Nobody's ever walked the person in front of me because they were like, well, it's Alex Bregman, so we'd rather have Alex
We'll
Bregman.
take our chances.
And he was like, I've never been so mad. And then he hit a great ball. And he got us a nice little extra.
He got 2 more runs.
Yeah, got it. I think it was just 1. I think he got us one extra
Was
run.
it 1?
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, it was a great hit.
I remember that. He hit Oppo Field.
It was a great hit, and it lit him up a little bit. It made him kind of.
He had a good series.
Bow his chest and say, "Oh, okay, I know Yordan is Yordan. I get it. He's scary. He's hitting bombs off y'all.
Yeah, but they had to. You couldn't let Yordan beat you again.
Our lineup, you're a wild boy to just be like, because then what?
I know.
Let's say you get Bregman out. You got Kyle Tucker after that.
I'm just saying.
You can't walk nobody in our lineup. You can walk the end of it. You can walk the bottom of it.
You would have pitched to Jordan?
You got to.
You would have?
You got to.
You were the Mariners guy. You're like, yeah, he's already beat you twice.
But the problem is that usually when you're
already once in that game.
The only time that you're intentionally walking somebody, to me as a manager, is because you feel so confident, and sometimes
no,
it can be
it's just because you don't. That guy's in this situation. It wasn't because you were so confident in getting Bregman out. It was because you just couldn't fucking let him beat you again.
Buck Showalter walked Barry Bonds with the bases loaded, and he said after the game, 1 run was better than 4. I get it. However, Alex Bregman is he's no joke.
I know.
That's no joke.
I'm just saying.
Our lineup is nasty.
I don't know if I'd have done it either, but damn.
So, and I'll say the other fantastic thing that happened, thank you Mother Nature, is that the Yankees and Cleveland game got rained out yesterday. Yeah. So now they have to play today.
And then play tomorrow,
whoever the winner is, they got to fly to Houston and immediately they don't even get to go home. If they're Cleveland,
they're packed.
Yeah, in Cleveland they had to get.
I'd much rather face Cleveland though.
Oh, me too. I mean they play small ball and they really don't score a lot of runs. Yeah. Their pitching is good, but our pitching is better.
But yeah,
our pitching is better.
That's what I think.
Verlander's game 1 That ain't gonna happen again. Okay,
You just don't
There were
want
jitters.
Yeah, the
There
Yankees
was-
could still get hot, you know.
I mean,
I'm not worried about the Yankees either. Honestly, I'm more worried about the National League teams at this point.
right, exactly.
Because Philly's playing really well.
And this is what always happens to us. We get through the AL and we go, man, and we're playing the Braves, the Nationals. Well, guess what? The Philadelphia Phillies, they feel exactly like that. They feel like, also, you sleeping on it? Because they're fucking killing it. Dude, and
they got some solid
the
pitching,
Padres, let me just say this about the Padres.
Manny
Machado, pretty good right now.
And it looks like he stepped up and
I love our
become a
guys, but
leader.
Manny Machado might be the highlight of the playoffs right now. He's playing that good.
And they got Josh Hader.
Juan Soto has all of a sudden become Juan Soto again. When we first did that trade, it didn't really happen, and their pitching is doing well. I will say this though, their ace is Yu Darvish. So,
that's true. Yeah, no.
And we will kill Yu Darvish. We always kill Yu Darvish. We have. If you look at the Houston Astros versus Yu Darvish, it is astronomical. It's like
I'm
Yu
more
Darvish
worried
is
about the Phillies.
Kryptonite. Yeah, I hear you. I don't want to face the Phillies either.
The way they're playing. They're
also,
hot.
selfishly, because of the high-end restaurants that we work in, I want that California money. And the Phillies probably are going to bring a lot of not so much money. So
the Dodgers would have been a better one.
yeah,
for
the
that,
Dodgers
though.
would, but so people in California got money, so I'd rather wait on them. But yeah,
yeah, but the people that Philly got, there's old money in Philly.
whatever. My experience of the Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals was give me California and New Yorkers. But man, some really good series in the rest of this, right? So San Diego and those Dodgers, that was a crazy last game. I can't believe Dave Roberts pulled the pitcher right in the middle of the at-bat. That was...
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he pulled the guy right in the middle of the at-bat. He didn't even let the pitcher finish the at-bat.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's very, very... Because why would you do that? Because if you're a pitcher, you're at a huge disadvantage. And I think it was a full count. So it was like...
So he brought somebody in to throw? Wow.
It was wild. And he gave up...
And the dude wasn't hurt? Like the pitcher?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Because if he was hurt... Okay.
Okay, yeah, I feel that, yeah.
But not like, hey, you're done, buddy.
But how funny is this, man? The Dodgers, boy, they had this at the beginning of the year, before the season even started. You looked across at that and you were like, "Oh
Scary,
shit, that's a scary fucking team." And they were dominant all year. They dominated the Padres all year. They beat the fuck out of the Padres all year. The Padres in the playoffs.
Yeah, like 12-3 or some shit.
I will say Musgrove is really good on the Padres. Blake Snell they have, and he's not what he was, but he's still Blake Snell. So the Padres are a good team, and think about next year when they get Tatis back. Fuck. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be a really good team, and the Phillies beating the Braves. That was funny too because the Braves have played really well, and I thought they were going to be a scary. I didn't really want to see the Braves again. I was like, God damn, the Braves are good again. But the Phillies, man, the Phillies are that underdog 6 seed. You know, they got Bryce Harper balling out. They got some of these other guys balling out on the Phillies. Nola, that pitcher that they got, he's killing it. How about that Hoskins guy spiking the bat down like that? Baseball needs more of that too.
Well, that's why I guess it's not as taboo like before. Right. Remember when Batista did it and everybody just fucking lost their minds and shit?
Yeah. You used to not even be able to flip the bat.
Yeah, you can't even couldn't stare at the pitcher.
You stare or flip the bat, you were getting beamed in the next fucking at bat. And now it's like it's what we need, man. It's what we need. The baseball needs more of that. So, like, people got really mad at the Cleveland guy in the last game on Sunday. He hit a home run and then he rocked the baby as he was going around, and the whole Yankees team got mad. But it's like, come on, man. First of all, the Yankees ended up winning the game, so he showed off in a losing effort. Now he looks like an idiot. So just let it happen. Let it happen.
Why can't they have fun?
Baseball's got to be more
baseball's
interesting.
got those old unwritten rules.
That's not the game that I do. Oh, you mean all white? You mean all white?
Yeah.
You mean no blacks allowed? Is that what you mean? Because that's the old game.
Fun.
Yeah. But good luck against Jackie Robinson.
And that's who hates that shit too. Is the old white men?
Yeah, exactly. This is Jordan. He swam over here from Cuba, and he's dedicated his life to smashing the ball.
He wants to fucking dance when he hits one.
But good luck, you white pitchers. Yeah, I'm sure y'all are gonna kill it. You 1920s white pitchers, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, baseball, man, we're in the thick of it. We'll find out tonight who we end up facing, the Yankees or the Guardians. Again. Man, I don't know. It's nothing but good for us.
I mean, we get to reset our fucking pitching. I mean, our whole pitching staff should be reset.
Verlander game 1. I think it's going to be Verlander game 1.
That's what I mean.
No matter what.
I think so.
Yeah, because he was fine. That was game 3, and he's had 2 days off, so he's had 5 days. Actually, this might be day 6, if I'm thinking of it correct, because they took a day off in between the games. Yeah, it'll be Verlander. And Verlander's not going to do that again. That was fine. And we ended up, thank you, Jordan. I mean, you know how crazy it is, too, because you text me, oh, shit. So, 7th inning, Suarez, I think, hit a home run, made it 7-3. And I was like, fuck. Like, I was watching it, and I was like, man, we're not going to win this game. Like, I'm fucking done. Whatever. I'm going to turn it off. I turned it off. I flipped it onto something else. And he texted me, oh, shit. And I was like, what's oh, shit? What's oh, shit? What's oh, shit? And then I looked and saw the final 8-7 and was like, oh, my God. And I immediately stopped. I was like, hold on. We have to pause what we're watching. And I went and watched all the highlights and saw the Bregman home run and the Alvarez home walk-off. Just amazing. Not a small home run that he hit. He hit a fucking bomb. It was gone.
Everybody knew it too.
Everybody knew. And the
funny thing was, I talked to a few people that were at the game and they didn't know.
Oh, really?
Like you could, I guess, from your because you're watching it, it's like, is it gone? Is it gone? And you're like,
well, and
then you kind of wait for the reaction.
Yeah. You don't. Even when you're in the ballpark, you wait until you see the ball hit like a fan's
Well, you can kind of see the reaction around not everybody reacted at the same time, but as soon as it starts going,
and just chaos, just chaos, just like freaking out, going nuts. And
what a fucking awesome experience.
Dude, I mean, game two where he puts us up fucking...
How many people do you think left that fucking game and like...
Oh, I know.
Like you stopped watching. How many people left?
Well, I don't know because the stands were still packed.
You know some people left.
But man, we've got such a good shot this year. I feel so good about it. I definitely feel good about Yankees or Guardians. I really feel like we match up well, especially over 7 games.
We got a shot.
7 games is a big game changer with our ball club too, because that means I'm going to get Verlander and Fromber twice.
Yep.
Okay, well, good luck, because Verlander is going to win the Cy Young, and he's going to. This was a bet, and also he settled down. Once he gave up a couple runs, he settled down. Then he had a couple more mistakes, and it just wasn't his best game. We had a layoff. He's notorious for being a little jittery in the playoffs. So the way that we didn't even see Jose Urquidy yet. Jose Urquidy didn't even pitch yet. And I think dude, Lance McCullers behaves like that. Fucking get the fuck out of here.
Pitched really fucking good.
Oh, he was amazing. Yeah. He was amazing. And the only reason that we took him out,
and we got Luis. Good Lord.
Yeah, Luis Garcia and
he's gonna probably come out of the pen then.
I know. Christian Javier too. It's unbelievable. We have Hunter Brown. This rookie that can throw a 92-mile-an-hour slider.
That I don't think that he does trust Stanek.
I know. I saw that. I know. I saw that. Thank God. Weird? Thank you, Dusty. He woke up a little bit. Well, honestly, because some of these other kids like Montero and Abreu, they played really well.
Stanek, although he had really good numbers, he has he doesn't have a very good whip.
Yep.
So he has a chance of giving up. I just
don't love Stanek. And Matone, I'm glad Matone is out. He broke his finger punching a locker. How funny is that? But man, we spent a good 20 minutes on baseball, baby. Let's go. All right, moving on.
Second down.
Man, game of the week, especially because Philly ended up just really kicking Dallas's ass for most of that game. This Buffalo-Kansas City game was definitely the game of the week, in my opinion. There were some other close games. Cincinnati-New Orleans was a good game, too.
I love you, Josh Allen.
Woo! Man, Josh Allen's MVP, huh? Right now?
I think so.
I wouldn't give it to him. I'd listen to your argument about Jalen Hurts. And I also have to admit when I'm wrong, I would listen to you about Saquon Barkley. He's played great.
With Saquon, like he is their offense. But so is Josh Allen. He does have good weapons, though. And I mean, hey, Stephon Diggs is the number one receiver.
For now, my man's going to get back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's only like a couple points behind him.
Cooper's going to get it back. Cooper's right behind him. And but I shouldn't say that. Stephon Diggs in this offense, in Buffalo offense, I trust it. It's going to score points. He's going to score points.
You can make fun of me all you want for drafting Josh Allen in the first round, but I'm totally cool with it.
I'm not making fun of nobody. I think the only person that did, I just don't think he respects quarterbacks like that, and that's fine. But I also think that in our league, in the 18 league, the quarterback is essential.
Dude, I mean,
essential.
Like, again, and it's even... we even thought going into this season that there was going to be more good quarterbacks, and there's not. Yeah. And so it just makes even... I mean, shit, I don't have to fucking worry about at least that one. Not the other one.
Well, yeah, I have both of them locked in, and I feel good about it.
Yours are good, though.
Yeah, I feel.
Burrow's number 5 now.
Well, and Burrow, I have said it. I know that they started off rocky, and they still can't. Well, okay. Well, hold on.
Let's talk about.
Hold on. We're rolling down the track here.
Fault.
But yeah, Buffalo at Kansas City. You know, Josh Allen, man, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. And not to take anything away from Patrick Mahomes, because he is also very good. And I put Brady Manning because it kind of feels like that, right? Like it kind of feels like for the next 10 years, we're going to circle these games always. Yeah. These are probably going to be some AFC championship matchups or some AFC, at least AFC
they should
playoff.
Be in
they're going to be in the
Super
playoffs.
Bowls and
absolutely. They're going to be in playoffs.
And after last season's
that crazy
epic
game, I mean,
playoff game, this was a good.
No doubt that they will meet in the playoffs again this year. It might be the AFC championship game. Who knows? But they'll definitely meet up again.
I would say they're the two best teams in the AFC right now.
Yeah, if you see my future power rankings, you'll see how high I think of them, because I do think that they are the second and third best team. It's hard to not call Philly the best team in the league right now. They are undefeated, but
true.
And I think that they are the best team in there right now.
Another
I think they
very
are.
Good team.
I think if you look at the way Philly plays and how they're not. Man, we're getting all over the place. But Buffalo and Kansas City was a great game. You're right. It was way more defensive than I thought it was going to be, too. I don't think they scored until the second. Yeah. They didn't even score a single point until the second quarter. Oh, really? It was 0-0 in the first.
I do remember going, Jesus, I need some points here.
Yeah, but, they were feeling each other out. They were amped up teams that knew what the stakes were in this game. They remember that crazy playoff game, and I felt like they played up to it.
Yeah. Juju, analysts,
Juju had a good game, finally. Man. Yeah, he finally had a really good game. And it seemed like because Buffalo was really covering Travis Kelce. Yeah. We're not going to let you beat us with Travis Kelce. Right. We're going to make you throw to these other guys.
Very fucking smart.
Yeah.
Somebody should have told.
Yeah, goddamn.
Somebody should have told him that last week.
Who was it that they played last week? 4 touchdowns. But
I don't remember.
Like, hey, watch him. They like him. It seemed like a good plan, and it worked. It worked. They ended up getting the win.
That's how good my memory is.
It was a real back and forth game. It was tied 17-17. Kansas City had a chance to drive down, but they couldn't quite get in the end zone. But they kicked a field goal. They made it 20-17.
It was Vegas. That's who it was.
Oh yeah, fucking Vegas. Yeah, but Buffalo, Kansas City, man, that was definitely a preview of some playoff that we got coming up.
Yeah, it was really good. And I will say, so one of the analysts was saying, and then the difference is this year from last year is that Buffalo does have a closer on defense, and that's why they brought Von Miller in, was specifically for this to close out games.
They're limiting Von Miller's snap count as well, which is very interesting.
They're not playing him all the time. Yeah. I mean, he is literally, they're using him as a closer, almost like you would in baseball. So
it's pretty smart.
They think that they can have a chance to win the game, right, and get a lead in the fourth quarter.
Let him come in and close it out.
Bring him in, and he plays a lot of
the Rams might want to think about that for Aaron Donald. I mean, they have an okay defensive line around him. Maybe he is burning. I don't know. You're going to get old school people that are like, I played the whole damn game, and it's like, that's fine. But
if you want to, extend these guys' careers and
Von
get
Miller's
more out of them,
had a whole career,
and hey, you want them there at the end of the season,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It's more like how basketball is now limiting the minutes. And shit, baseball's doing it. Everybody is.
Yeah.
You're realizing you just can't put that much stress on the fucking human body over and over and over again without breaking down.
Yeah,
So,
I think Buffalo, 5-1. I think they're definitely one of the best teams in the league. They'll probably be the number 1 seed. I would assume that they hold on to this lead. Although, I mean, I'm not going to sleep on these New York Jets and these fucking.
The Jets look
the
good.
The Patriots look better.
Patriots
and the
look
Dolphins
good.
are all right.
The Patriots also played not so great teams.
But they get that
few
again
weeks.
this week. I mean, they get Monday Night Football against the Bears. They have an easy schedule. So I was wrong on the Patriots. I thought they would lose a bunch of games. And I think because of good coaching and defense and running the ball.
And then I heard somebody else say the genius line of we keep wanting to know, was it Belichick? Was it Brady? Was it Belichick? Was it Brady?
It was both.
It was both.
It was both.
It was both. It was the
both.
beautiful fucking combination of them both coming together at the same
let's be
fucking
real.
time.
It was hard to see that with Cam Newton, though. It was hard to see that because honestly, with the Cam Newton Patriots, I was like, they don't look so hot. But he was retooling.
Right.
They've
but
been
again,
retooling.
right. So did he?
and-
But now that was his first few years without Brady. So you have to make the team different now. You can't
There is no better judge of NFL talent. There is no better
agree.
scout.
There's no better judge
the
of
history
defensive
of-
and
yes.
fucking offensive line talent.
Yes.
I'll tell you that
Yes.
fucking much.
He's
and
the
that's
best.
very important.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Yes.
We're off this topic again, but I will say Buffalo, Kansas City one last time. Great fucking
That was a
game.
good game.
And yeah, start
love you,
start
Josh
them all.
Allen.
Start all your Bills and your
Gabe
well, not
Davis
next
looked-
week. Not next week.
No.
Moving on.
Third down.
It's gonna be a sad third down.
This is normally first down.
I know. I couldn't start off this way. I couldn't start on such a negative
No,
note.
we finally got to the Tom Brady hour.
Oh, the Tom Brady hour. There's a lot going on. Him rolling up to Robert Kraft's wedding solo over the weekend. That's very interesting
He looks
news.
so sad.
He looks sad. He looks mad. He was freaking out on his offensive line.
Hey, I went through a divorce last year, and I did some weird things that I don't think I normally like. I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Right. Well,
But that first few 6 months or so, I was like,
Yeah.
I've kind of freaked out. I don't know if I had what they would call that midlife crisis.
Well,
and
it's the fact that we all go through this, no matter divorce or whatever. I feel like everybody in life, you come to a point, maybe not, maybe Jeff Bezos knew he was going to be Jeff Bezos his whole life, and he was like, shit's pretty sweet for me. And that's probably true for some, top 1%ers or really, really rich people. But for most people in life, I feel like you're younger, you kind of have a plan, but you don't. You set up a life in your 20s that you go, okay, I'm going to run with this and I'm going to go with this. And then you hit a point where in your 30s where it's like, man, this is not where I thought I was going to be. And this is not how I saw my life going. And now I'm kind of pivoting from this life that I had sort of set up in my head, although it was a liquid idea. Now I'm in a whole different mindset, in a whole different place. I had that whenever I broke up with my ex and moved back down to Houston and kind of started my life over and had nothing but a bunch of dogs and no furniture and kind of had to refine myself. People have that not just with relationships, but they have that with jobs. They have that with huge life moments where they get injured or things like that. And Tom Brady, for the most part, has been riding high. There's been 20 years of having supermodel wife and
Super Bowls.
And Super Bowls. And I think the trouble maybe is that this was a fight in his house that he wasn't ready for. He wasn't ready for this fight. Before, she's kind of always probably giving him the pass. Okay, you want to go play again? You know what? He's still playing at a really high level. Who am I to say he shouldn't go and do what he loves to do? So he leaves. He goes to Tampa Bay, wins the Super Bowl. Well, now she can't say anything because it's like, well, shit. I mean, he just won at 43 years old. He just won. I really can't say anything. But then last year went the way that it did. It ended. He said that he was done. And then, to women, man, you can't play that game.
That means that she didn't let go. Get the fuck out of here. Go back and play. That means he went.
And that means he went, I'm going to play.
I'm going back. I can't fucking do this shit. I need to play. And she was like, you can't. No, you're not going back.
Yep.
Just give it some time. You'll be okay.
That's
and he said, no, bitch, I'm going back.
Yep.
And then
that bitch was like, oh, really? And I don't know. I mean, they've been married a long time.
It also probably means that they've had this fight before.
Probably. I would guess after he won the Super Bowl with Tampa, because there's the clip. I mean, there's a clip of her in the celebration. And she's giving him a hug and a kiss, and she goes, Isn't it enough?
Oh, that's right.
What do you really need anything else? And he famously just, come here, girl, shut your fucking mouth. You don't know. You don't get it. I need it. It's my drug. You don't get my drug. It is
his drug.
It's his drug. He needs it. And, I mean, I don't think he played that poorly. I think there were some drops by his receivers that was,
he overthrew a few
He's missing
things.
Gronk. I'll be honest, his tight end position it's been Gronk for the last tenure of his career, and he kind of relies on. I mean, he needs his guys to stay healthy because he needs that person that he can kind of build that relationship with that just goes, at least when in doubt, I have Edelman, or when in doubt, I have Wes Welker. When in doubt, I know I have my guy. And Mike Evans is that to a certain extent, and Chris Godwin is to a certain extent, but they can't stay on the field 100% of the time, and it just isn't good for Brady.
It might help when they get Julio back. I mean, just watching his quarterback play, he looks just the same.
His offensive line sucks.
He's throwing the same. Yes, his offensive line is not as good.
Sucks.
There was a few times. I mean, I would say like half the time they protected him pretty well, and half the time they didn't. But it got worse towards the end of the game. But then on the flip side, if you watch Tom play and then watch Kenny Pickett play, or watch fucking Trubisky play. You can just watching it. You're like, oh wow! You can just see like, wow, the way he moves and so graceful.
Pittsburgh won in spite of their quarterbacks, and and it does suck because with Tom Brady, you expect so much.
Right. I guess the point is
he's supposed to beat everybody. I mean, Jesus Christ! Look, he's a 10.5-point favorite at Carolina this week. Now, listen, do I think they should beat Carolina 100%? Do I think they should beat them by a lot? 100%. But
will they?
They're an 11-point favorite at Pittsburgh. That's 8. They were 11 the week before.
This was coming off. Buffalo just destroying Pittsburgh.
It's a huge expectation, and I get it that Pittsburgh is a scrappy. They're always going to be scrappy with Mike Tomlin.
They didn't have
they should have beat
best players.
They should have beat
Fitzpatrick didn't play.
They should have
no TJ Watt. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I know. And this is I don't think Tampa Bay is winning the Super Bowl right now. However, this is a long season. I know how Tom Brady operates. Let's come back to me in the playoffs. He's still going to be my pick. Philly will have to play Tampa Bay. I promise you that. Because they will figure it out, and they will end up winning this division. They get Carolina this week. They're going to string together some wins. They're going to be okay. Atlanta, I think, will come back down to earth. I think. I don't really know, but I think. And Tampa Bay will be all right. But I got question marks. I got problems. I got raised eyebrows. I got a higher register.
I don't know. I mean, we've talked so much about how important coaching is, and Bruce Arians is probably a better coach.
My only pushback on that is that on offense, Brady's your coach out there. It's not although I will say they're trying to force the run, and it really makes me mad. They are really trying to say because we need to switch to be a running team. It's
strategy.
It's
exactly. That's what he wants to do because defensive-minded coaches want to run the ball.
I want Leonard Fournette to run too, but when you get into tight games like this, put the ball in Tom Brady, and it sometimes seems like too little, too late. They need to make that decision somewhere in the second quarter where they go, okay, Leonard's not really busting out on big runs. Let's give Tom the ball a little bit more, and let's let him kind of open up a little bit more. And it seems like they're forcing the run to me.
But you would agree that coaching matters in the NFL more than probably any other sport,
100%,
right?
100%.
And that Bruce Arians is probably a better coach than Todd Bowles.
I don't know. I don't know if we have enough Todd Bowles. I mean, we have a lot of Bruce Arians.
To this point, that's what I'm saying. But to this point,
yes. I mean, yes, you're right. I mean, he's more tenured and he's been a longer been a head coach and
I'm not saying,
has more winning.
I like Todd Bowles. Did you see what he said? Did you see his comments and shit? Oh, you gotta go watch that video. It's fucking dope. Essentially, I'll paraphrase it, but he said, "If you guys stop asking us about color, we'll all stop paying attention to it."
It's a good point.
It's like the moment I think he says, the moment you guys stop asking that question, this will go away or something. Fucking Top, yeah, I love it. I mean, a big fan of his now.
Yeah, I mean, it's something
because they were comparing. They're asking him about Tomlin and him coaching against each other. Anyways, go watch the post game conference of Todd Bowles.
But yeah, man, Tom Brady, I love you and I'm here for you. If you need to talk, give me a ring.
Giselle, if you
Giselle, if you
and you need to talk, I'm here for you.
4th down.
So, welcome to the bye week. This is the bye week of all bye weeks, in my opinion. This is my week. This is for me, for the way I drafted. Yeah. This is my panic.
No Cooper Kupp, no Jalen Hurts,
no Miles Sanders, no Cooper Kupp, no Tyler Higbee, no nothing. I got 5 people out in my restaurant league. I got 4 people out in my other league. I got Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders out in your league.
And Cooper.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be streaming.
Dude, in this league, in the waiver wire league, our division is like the 4 best teams.
Yeah, that's why funny. Honestly I'm kind of anti-divisions.
I didn't think it was going to be that way. I thought it was just going to be one. Yeah, but it's not gonna. It's not taking the top 2 from each division. It's
good
because I checked it today.
Okay. Because
I thought that's what they were gonna do, but it's not.
It's best record.
Because right now they have the playoff. If the playoffs were to start today, it'd be you, Brandon, and Sam, and those are all 3 in our division, and then Dom. Anyways, I was going to bring up the waiver wire league, aka my league, because I'm a 5-1, and I am the top dog right now. And my strategy of wide receiver and also I did draft quarterbacks early because I believe that was important, and I feel like I got my 2 horses that I really wanted. Yeah. I thought Jalen Hurts was going to be really good this year, and I was right. And I knew Joe Burrow was going to bounce back, and I knew he was going to have a better season. Now, I mean, he's all the way at quarterback 5
shit,
now.
Bro. And if Cincinnati, and listen, they still can't protect him very well. He's still he got knocked all around in this game too, but if Jamar Chase can get open like that and they can kind of create some stuff on offense. T. Higgins was out there, and the Cincinnati's going to be fine.
I mean, they got a fucking squad.
Their defense played a lot better in this game too. Yeah. Man, Buffalo, Rams, Philadelphia Eagles, and Minnesota. He was just saying that how many? 4 of the top 5?
5 of the top 6 fantasy scorers.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson. I mean, even further on that list, you think about Dalvin Cook and Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith. People are starting I'm starting Tyler Higbee here and there.
Now Henderson's a viable option because there's no Cam Akers.
They're going to get rid of Cam Akers, And I mean, Buffalo, Gabe Davis.
Like Dawson Knox, maybe.
If you're not starting Gabe Davis at this point,
I
don't know what's wrong
because
with you. Start that motherfucker.
Obviously, Josh Allen has no problem airing that motherfucker out.
On my radar for next year's fantasy football draft, Gabe Davis. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
He'll win you some weeks just himself.
Yeah. But, it brings up this moment where you kind of have to dip into the waiver wire and kind of go.
So this is where you can. Yeah. So I don't know how it is on the out. I'm sure it's really slim pickings out there.
It is, but there is Kenyon Drake is out there.
Kenyon Drake.
He played really well for Baltimore, and it seemed like he almost got more touches than J.K. Dobbins.
He did,
and they John Harbaugh is one of those old school coaches that is going to go with the hot hand. So he's somebody that I'm highly going after this week. I dropped Mike Gesicki in one of the
in our league.
Because
he doesn't.
He hasn't fucking done anything.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden he has this
Tua's coming back though.
I know, and then he doesn't throw it as much.
Is Tua gonna go?
Tua's gonna go back to his guys. I have a feeling,
I don't know. It's hard for me to. I mean, I told some dude to drop fucking.
But listen, the tight end position is one of the ones I was going to talk about because, goddamn, it's hard. Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce are good, but other than that, you are just.
That goes to my strategy. Is I was fucking right.
Yep.
And Travis Kelce is the 10th. Overall score
next year. Okay, so let's just in this down. Let's talk about it. So let's just right now, if you had to redraft right now, and maybe not in the 2 quarterback way. Let's just talk about it in a traditional way. Okay. I would say number 1. You might disagree with me or not, but he's a couple of points behind Stephon Diggs, and going into the year, we knew he was going to be the number 1 wide receiver. It took until week 6 for this black gentleman to pass this white gentleman. Cooper Kupp, to me, is still the number 1.
Probably.
How would you not? Why would you not? Would you really do Jonathan Taylor again? I don't think so.
Definitely not Jonathan Taylor.
I mean, he's hurt. He's been out for 2 weeks now.
The arguments now would be Saquon.
Sure. God.
Austin Eckler.
Yes, Austin Eckler's a good one. And I like that in the top 5.
Diggs. I mean, I guess he is the number 2 scorer right now. I like him ahead of some of the other. I like him ahead of Devontae Adams, obviously, and I like him ahead of Tyreek Hill. But I would still say that if you're doing the draft, and if I had to redo it, I would say I would take Cooper Kupp overall.
I accept you on Austin Eckler. Nobody would have had the wherewithal to do Saquon Barkley, but okay. But then after that, number 4, I would take Travis Kelce because you are guaranteeing that your tight end position is set. You don't have to fucking worry about it except for 1 week out of the year, or if he gets hurt. Or Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews
is only a few points
Mark Andrews again popped into the top 10 for flex positions.
I think he's only like 15 points behind Kelce.
Fair. And so 4th pick.
But then after
I
that,
personally value Travis Kelce over Mark Andrews. But the 4th pick might be Travis Kelce. Your 5th pick might be fucking Mark Andrews.
Because he's above. Such a gap.
There is such a gap.
I looked it up this morning.
Gap.
I looked it up this morning, and Travis Kelce is almost doubled the 3rd tight end in scoring.
Who is the 3rd tight end? Did you
remember?
It would be interesting to see because I have no idea. I could maybe TJ Hawkinson because he had that one really big week.
But God, I think we're forgetting somebody. I mean, Taysom Hill was like 5th or something.
That's hilarious.
And he had that one
because
big
George
game.
Kittle has not had consistent weeks, and he missed 2 weeks.
Somebody I'm forgetting.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Maybe Higbee or some shit.
Maybe.
I got it here in just a sec.
Yeah. But anyways, this bye week is going to be very
Zach Ertz.
Okay.
That makes sense. He has 78 total points. Kelce has 131.
What's Andrews got?
114. So Andrews
is fucking 50 points ahead of homeboy.
Ertz.
And Ertz, by the way, is a sneaky good tight end. I didn't even think of him because he does get a lot of targets on this struggling offense.
But Hopkins is coming back.
Yeah, and
so
that will take away from
change everything.
Who's 4th?
Dallas Goedert.
And that's on the number 1 team.
Then Hawkinson.
Okay.
Hawkinson, I think, had like a 30-point game.
And he's had inconsistent weeks. He's had bad weeks, too. So, yeah, the tight end position is definitely a struggle. Out there in the waiver wire, if you're...
Dude, he had a 39-point game, so
that's most of his points.
Yeah, he's only got 65 points. So he's only scored 26 points in the other
5 weeks, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Hunter Henry has put together a couple of good weeks back-to-back. That might be something, especially if they're going to go with this rookie. Seems like he checks down to him a lot. So he's somebody that's out there in the waiver wire, and I think in my other leagues I'm going to have to go for it because Darren Waller is just he's failed me, and now he might be hurt with a hamstring injury. So
20th.
Yeah, he has failed me.
He scored 39 points. So I've only got about 100 points more than Derek, or Kelsey's only got 100 points more than Derek and Waller.
Yeah. But anyways, I think we covered how big of a deal the waiver wire.
There are a few other things, and these people might be out there. See, it's hard for me to talk about it because this league's just so different. But Robbie Anderson got traded to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I still don't love it. But
they lost to Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, I know.
So he should play that
DeAndre
role.
Hopkins
Again, I know Hopkins is coming back, but in some deeper leagues, it might be somebody that is out there. That's really the only one I can think of. If nobody got fucking Kenneth Walker III or whatever from fucking Seattle, go get that motherfucker. He looks good.
Yeah, that he does look good. And Breece Hall too. Jesus Christ, Breece Hall's so good. He's not out there.
So, know, when you draft a bunch of rookies, you might a couple of them will hit. Breece Hall's going to be that one.
I got Zay Jones is out there in this other league. DJ Chark, Corey Davis, Mac Hollins.
Definitely not Corey Davis. Fucking the Jets ain't throwing the ball anymore.
No, I know. And tight end wise, it is just so slim. Evan Ingram's there, but I don't love that. Rex Burkhead is out here in this one, and that's interesting. But yeah, it's getting slim. Kenyon Drake, I like. I like Kenyon Drake a lot.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake.
But yeah, waiver wire. Welcome to the waiver wire.
5th down.
All right, so mybookie.com called and said, "You better get your shit together, Josh." We had some bad picks here by myself, but started off with a very shitty game against the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Carson Wentz got hurt. It will be Taylor Heineke for the next 4 weeks. He broke a finger.
That might not be a bad thing.
Might not be a bad thing at all. But Washington actually ended up winning this game. You'd never know by watching it that they actually won this game.
I think Fields is a good quarterback. They just don't know how to fucking use him.
Yeah, and I mean, he had some close calls. That Darnell Mooney was almost there at the end. He almost got that touchdown at the very end, but whatever.
If he'd have just got it.
Terrible game. I picked Chicago as at home. It was an even spread, but Washington ended up winning. Who gives a fuck?
I got it wrong. I picked
San Francisco at Atlanta. Actually, this was overseas.
Oh, I do. I picked Washington. I said they'd be behind and they'd come back and win it late.
And you were right.
Anyways,
you were right. And 5.5 point favorite was San Francisco, and boy was I shocked by the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, man, I don't know.
They're leading that division.
They're scrap. No, they're not. No, the Tampa Bay's got the tiebreaker over them, so they're both 3-3. They're both 3-3. Don't sully Tom Brady that way. The fucking Marcus Mariota.
They're tied. Okay, they're tied atop the division.
And I tell you, I was wrong about the Falcons. I thought they would be a bad team, and they're scrappy. They actually score points. They're going to
playing
win
defense and running the ball.
Yeah, they beat San Francisco pretty much on every aspect of that game. They were whooping them.
Yeah.
And they won 14-28. Atlanta won, and I got that wrong. New England at Cleveland. I don't know why I ended up taking Cleveland in this, because New England has been playing good defense
and running the ball.
And the way you said it was that, this is Jacoby Brissett, who Belichick against his former quarterbacks, he kills, and he killed him on this one. How funny is Belichick, too? He might really go with Bailey Zappi. If Zappi plays well, he's going to go with him.
Well, it's not like
he's an assessment.
It's not like Dallas where you're choosing between your $200 million fucking guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. This is like you're choosing between Mac Jones and Bailey
and Cleveland
Zappi.
With Jacoby Brissett, that is that's coming more to reality.
He played well the first few weeks, and then all of a sudden he just
but he is who he is, and he's not he's not a franchise quarterback.
Nope.
And they might be in a bad spot by the time that Deshaun gets there. This year is kind of a loss for me, anyways. But going into next year, I'll tell you who else is flagged for me that we all avoided Amari Cooper like the plague in this draft. Next year, he'll be there. He'll be there for me for sure. Yeah. The Jets at Green Bay. Green Bay was a 7-point favorite at home.
This is how you make money.
Yeah.
Every fucking week is take whoever's playing Green Bay and the points.
They did it again. They did it again.
Yeah, I
went against it.
I know, but it's like a trap.
I hear you. And Green Bay's not good, and that's the truth. Is that Green Bay is not a good team. They don't have enough receivers.
So why isn't Aaron Rodgers yelling at his offensive line
because
the way
he's
Brady?
Ayahuasca, man. He doesn't, he's like, I don't give a shit. Like I'm too cool for this.
Honestly, I think that's the problem. Is he doesn't give a shit.
I know, and that is the problem. That's why he doesn't win Super Bowls. That's why he wins regular season MVPs, and he gets to the playoffs and he shits a bed because he goes, man. And Tom Brady goes, let's fucking win. I'm divorcing my supermodel wife for this. Like he's all in, and the Jets though. But on the flip side of this, the Jets are better The Jets are better.
And they're playing defense and running the ball.
They're 4-2. And
that's the three games in a row now. These teams that are winning that we didn't really expect to be as good as they are playing defense, and running the fucking ball.
And the Jets beat them up on defense. Their defense really came to play. Their defense
looked nasty.
Yeah, they're good. And dude, I said that their draft was good. They drafted a lot of good players. They had a lot of draft picks, so they kind of hit on all of them too.
It's kind of
Quinnen Williams, what's his name? Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner. All those guys balled out this week. So
it's kind of weird that when Flacco was the quarterback, they threw the ball like 60 fucking times a game, and now,
well, I don't know why they did that.
Now all of a sudden, like
maybe it was that first couple of weeks of just kind of having energy of like let's go, and now they're kind of realizing that look, what's going to win us is defense and running the ball, and Breece Hall. Breece Hall is really great.
Or maybe they just needed to give Breece Hall a few games.
I tried to make a trade in my restaurant league for Devontae Smith for Breece Hall. What do you think about that?
Devontae, oh God, why would anybody do that?
What do you mean? Devontae Smith is good.
Top 5 or at least a top 10 running back.
He's not that yet.
I'll bet he's top 10 for sure now.
No way. What is he ranked? So. What is he ranked? Look him up.
Running backs have not been that good.
That's true,
and
but
he's put together 2 fucking
people in my league. I have Devontae Smith.
I could be wrong.
I had Devontae Smith, and I was trying to get Breece Hall. So yes, I hear you. But the people.
Well, that's not fair at all.
It was vetoed in 8 minutes. It was vetoed immediately.
He is the. I must not have. He's number 6. He's the 6th ranked running back.
Fuck.
And what's Devontae Smith? Is he even top 40?
Yeah,
you think
he is? I bet you he's 20 something. I bet she's like 22 or something like that.
All right.
Okay, but going on while you look that up, the Jets did look better, and they beat the Packers 27-10. Jacksonville and Indianapolis. This is kind of
he's 15.
Woo!
He's much higher than I thought.
Yeah, he's good, dude. Just like the Miami Dolphins, the targets for Jalen Hurts are AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. That's who he goes to. He gets 10 targets a game. So, but either way, Jacksonville at Indianapolis. I took Jacksonville because Indy has just not proven it to me, but they came out in this game and they proved it. Indy played much better.
Matt Ryan didn't get sacked.
Yep.
And that means the offensive line played better. And you can just see what a guy can look like with a good offensive line.
I also want to kind of say that, Jacksonville is Jacksonville, and they've kind of shown their ass again. So I'm not going to necessarily.
They're definitely not as good as. I mean, we kind of questioned, are they good earlier in the season? No.
Yeah. No, they're not. They're still Jacksonville, but that's okay. That's okay. We give y'all a pass.
Breece Hall has only scored 16 more points than Devontae Smith. So see? I'm sorry. See? I was way off. See?
And so was everybody in my fucking restaurant league. Y'all need to calm the fuck down.
But I will say...
But they acted like I was trying to trade for fucking Derrick Henry.
Essentially, you are, because he was probably in the last 2 weeks went from probably running
I realize
back
I'm a genius. I realize I
running back 6, and probably in 3 more weeks he's going to be running back 1. And then
they didn't let me have him.
If he rushes for 100 yards and
they took him away from
catches 100 receiving for 100 yards every game,
but he accepted it. He took it because he needs receivers bad.
He took it.
Oh, he accepted it. I'm telling you, it got vetoed by the league because the guy.
I must not have been listening.
Yeah, the guy accepted it.
I was like, well, who would ever do that?
It's the Macedonian guy that doesn't really. This is like his second year playing.
Honor?
No, Alexander.
Oh, that's the other
but Alexander also auto drafted because he was in Macedonia, and this, like, I should show you his team, bro. It is every good running back you can imagine. It's insane.
That's the problem with fucking auto draft.
The auto draft loves running backs. He only has 3 receivers on his team. But they're Devontae Adams, Tyler Lockett, and Gabe Davis. So wow, dude, you should see his team because it's crazy what they gave him.
Yeah, sometimes when you auto draft, you get this really shitty team, and sometimes you get this stacked one.
Kyler Murray, Dalvin Cook, Devin Singletary, Gabe Davis, Tyler Lockett. He went and picked up Irv Smith because he's only got Freiermuth as a tight end. But he's got Nick Chubb. Listen to his running backs.
Damn.
Dalvin Cook, Devin Singletary, Nick Chubb, Breece Hall, James Robinson, Khalil Herbert. He's got all those running backs. It's fucking unreal.
Well, he had to have picked up Khalil Herbert and James Robinson.
No,
they drafted
by ESPN.
Wow,
unbelievable. Unbelievable. His he only had Gabe Davis, Tyler Lockett, and Devontae Adams. He finally went and made some changes, but he had to go drop some people. But yeah, it's bizarre. And I mean, he's 5-1. He's 5-1. He's killing it, and it's because the computer valued. Now he's also lucky that none of those people have gotten hurt. He didn't have any injuries that have happened yet, and he just now in this week ran into shit. I might be in trouble with my bye weeks. Like, right. I don't have enough receivers, so he had to. They drafted 2 defensives for him, and he's held on to him for 6. He had Miami's.
Well, see, that's the other question I have: is why hasn't he done anything up to this point?
He's made no moves. He's made 0 moves.
Because I would have dropped Khalil Herbert in the first fucking, and probably James Robinson.
Cole Kmet, Justin Fields, and Khalil Herbert. He had all these bears, and I was like, bro, why don't you drop one of them? And he held on to all of them. He just sat there and he started the lineup that ESPN gave him, and they just kept winning.
So, and that's where you differentiate between the rookie and novice fantasy player and people that are like you and me that get way too into is that I'm making moves ahead of time.
I keep telling him too, because he is my friend and I love him, and he knows this, and I don't want to give him advice because he does have a good team, but I'm like, look, bro, at some point this is going to come crashing down on you. Like, you're going to get to the playoffs and you're going to need people to score for you, and one of these running backs, I promise, there's no way all 6 of those good running backs that I just named are going to be healthy.
Well, what he could do is package.
That's what I'm saying.
He get 2 guys and get like another.
I think that's why he was willing to give up Breece Hall, because he's got Nick Chubb and Dalvin Cook and all these other guys. So he's like, what the fuck do I care about losing?
I just maybe ought to come back with I'll give you Dalvin Cook. Instead of
and maybe that's the route I should take. Maybe I should try to swindle one of those other running backs.
Because Dalvin Cook could still.
He had Cam Akers too. That was the other one. He dropped Cam Akers, so he had Cam Akers as well. But goddamn, he had so many running backs. Anyways, we got way off track there.
Jacksonville and Indy. Pittman had
whatever.
A good game. Yay, thanks, Pittman.
Did great.
Oh, and I also picked up Trevor Lawrence because your boy dropped him, and that's why I picked him up, and he did good.
Nice.
Thanks. Sorry, Luke, man. I'm sorry. You made this rivalry.
Did you drop Russell Wilson?
Oh, yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Wow. I didn't even realize.
I picked up Jared Goff, and then he played like shit.
I'm not even focusing on the quarterbacks in that league, though. I don't. Like, this week is weird because...
Nobody is, because I just picked up fucking Dak Prescott.
Well, this week is weird because, I literally am saying I have not looked at the quarterbacks in that league. I don't need to, yeah. And Jalen Hurts is on a bye. So this is my first week of I'm gonna have to throw a offensive.
Me too, because Josh Allen's on a bye,
and it's fine. I mean, I have plenty of other stuff to do it with, and the league is so deep with talent. I had Juju on the bench. If I hadn't gotten cute in our league and started George Kittle. I started Taysom Hill at tight end, and I started Garrett Wilson at wide receiver. If I'd have put Juju and Kittle in, I would have killed him.
But that's the whole point of this league.
Still got to win. But yeah, man. Okay, Minnesota at Miami. This is a very interesting game. Miami, man, they kept trying to give that game away though, because they would have like good things happen. Tyreek would get a big catch. Holding, got to bring it back. They would have another big play. Holding, got to come back. Like offensive pass interference, they got at one point. Like they just.
Well, and they also the quarterback they had got hurt. Like everybody keeps getting hurt.
Yeah, and I don't think you really wanted that guy out there. I think they were just trying to play it super safe by having.
And I'm sure they looked better after Bridgewater came in. But
yeah. So. I have to be honest about this pick here. I said Miami was going to win, but I said, remember, this was the one where I was like, you can go to my bookie and change it if you want if Tua doesn't play. And since Tua didn't play, I said that I was going to switch to Minnesota. So I got this right on
he needed another win.
On a strange technicality there. I can't go 5-14. I got to go 6-14. But yeah, Minnesota ended up getting the win. And Minnesota looks good. They're not world beaters by any mean. I have them at a 4 out of the power rankings that I made.
Oh wow!
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much that's gonna hold up. But I mean, I can't deny their record. I think that they win that division pretty easy. And I think they're a better team when they run the ball with Dalvin Cook, which is what they did in the end of this game. And they don't rely so heavily on Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. But once they got it going, they put it on Miami, who's got a good defense. Miami does have a good defense. They're just waiting for Tua to come back and get back to the show that we saw.
And stay healthy.
But they're 3-3, and they got Kenny Pickett or Mitchell Trubisky coming to town this week. So Sunday Night Football. So we'll see. But yeah.
Gross. That's the Sunday night game.
Cincinnati at New Orleans. Cincinnati is on their way. They're on their way back. They're playing a lot better. They ended up getting this win, and they were a 1.5 point favorite. I knew they would be, but they ended up having to come back and win because it was a back and forth game, which is a bad sign with New Orleans. But Cincinnati got a win. Baltimore at the Giants. This was a kind of crazy final. I don't think anybody expected this. I didn't.
We haven't really expected any of these Giants wins. I don't think.
The Giants.
Their defense is legit.
Their defense got me turning around. Defense has got me going, okay, so maybe I'm wrong about this team because now, can you name their receivers? Because their receivers just don't win this game. It's Saquon scoring some points for him, and then
they had somebody.
Now Saquon had a moment where he went out of this game and he had to go to the tent, and then he came back, and I'm staying by my prediction that this.
Well, he's made it past week 6.
I know, so I was wrong.
The over is hitting on
and
that
Christian
one.
Christian McCaffrey too. So Well, did McCaffrey miss a week though? I don't know. I can't remember.
So. I think he stayed healthy all
Either way, he had a good week too.
Because we would have definitely talked about it if Christian McCaffrey
we
missed a
like,
game. You'd have been all over like, I was right.
I knew it. Baltimore also, man, he's not that good. Lamar Jackson is not that good.
He's good up until like the fourth quarter.
And then when it's forced to make big time throws in big time situations, he shits the bed. He did in this game. He threw 2 picks at the end of the game.
Yep.
So, I'm not big on Baltimore, and I don't know. I took them just out of not believing in the Giants, but I think I'll have to change my tune a little bit about the New York Giants. Carolina at the Rams. I don't know if this is so much that the Rams got back on track or that Carolina sucks. I think it's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Carolina's not a good team. They're probably going to be competing with us for that number 1 pick.
Some internal
shit
going on.
I mean, Robbie
Anderson's fighting with the
kicked
fucking
off
coaches.
The fucking field, then traded to the Cardinals.
Right, and then
there's rumor of that McCaffrey could be getting traded.
Yeah,
and, so
they fired the coach.
The Rams were a 11-point favorite, and that was a big number. I think
Tampa Bay plays them next week. Yeah.
The Rams were that was a big number for me for the Rams. 11 was a big number, so I took Carolina. I was wrong. They definitely covered. You said that Carolina sucked and that I should have gone with it, but the Rams got it done 10-24. Arizona at Seattle. And also it should be mentioned that Cam Akers is going to be traded, so it will be a Darrell Henderson show.
He is not. Yeah, he is no longer part of that team.
Yeah.
Although McVay said it's not out of the possibilities that he could be a Ram again. Get the fuck out of here. Something's going on with him.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I got distracted. Okay. Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh, we have talked about. Tampa Bay lost 18-20. Carolina at the Rams. Arizona at Seattle. This was another put egg on my face with Seattle. They're a better team than I thought. And I will 100% take that loss because I think Seattle's a good team. Yeah. And it's not so much for Geno Smith. It's that they're well coached. Their defense shows up. They have this safety or cornerback that's had a pick in 4 straight weeks, some rookie, and that just goes to show you who fucking what's his name Pete Carroll is, because he can obviously spot some defensive talent. Buffalo at Kansas City, we talked about 24-20 Buffalo. Dallas at Philly, this was a great Sunday night game. The score says 17-26. The truth is it was about 20-3 for a lot of the second half.
Well, it was 17-3 at the end of the first half, right?
And then I think they came out and kicked the field goal.
Started playing a little better.
Yeah, they did.
They got it to within 20-17.
But let's be real, Cooper Rush is a backup, and
exactly. Well, so what it really made me think is that when Dak comes back, if he plays,
I guess
like a top 10 quarterback.
I'm not a Dak. Right,
guy. But he is still a top 10 quarterback in the league, and he is still better than Cooper Rush. Right?
I don't know if he's top 10.
He's better than Cooper Rush.
Yeah, he's better than Cooper Rush.
Okay, we can agree that he's better than Cooper Rush.
I have him out of my top 10. I have him as 11.
And if Dak was playing, when they play again, and they will, if Dak plays, it should be a closer game. That's all I'm saying.
Game, for sure. It won't be because it started off so hot that Philly kind of took their foot off the gas.
Yeah, Philly went up real quick, like 14-0, right?
Yeah. And Philly, man, Philly to me, we'll talk about my power rankings if we can. We got to move it along here. But
well, you can. I might have to go.
Okay. Well, Philly,
Philly's good.
Best in the league. I think as of right now, best in the league.
The only one I would say that could even be in the argument is Buffalo.
Right. Yeah, and they're my number 2. So.
But because Buffalo, they lost one.
I didn't really pay attention to this game last night.
God.
It was on at work, and I was busy. I was halfway paying attention to it.
We were wrong. I was wrong about Denver.
The Denver Broncos.
God. No, I wasn't wrong about their defense. Their defense is legit,
good, but
they're fucking. I think some of it's the coach. Because I don't think that guy's a good.
No, I don't either. And I think that with Russell Wilson, who, in my opinion, is a borderline Hall of Famer, I think you could figure it out. I think you could figure it out with Cortland Sutton and these other guys that you got.
You need to protect him. Like, their O-line's not very good.
And this also was kind of a...
And also, what the fuck? You didn't... why all of a sudden Latavius Murray your fucking lead back? Right, Javonte Williams is there, and you split carries with Melvin Gordon, right? They're splitting carries. Now you lose Javonte Williams, you bring in Latavius Murray, and then Latavius Murray gets all the fucking carries? Like, what the...
Well, they don't trust Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, but you trusted him to get 15 carries when you had a fucking badass running back.
I know, but in those games that they trusted him and they gave him 15 carries, he was fumbling like once or twice a game.
So why didn't they give the ball to Javonte Williams fucking 25 times?
I don't know. And
That's what I'm saying. Why was he good enough to split carries with this kid who's a fucking superstar maybe in the maker?
Bad coach.
And then you bring in, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, we got Murray. They could have had Latavius Murray at the beginning of the fucking season.
Well, it's also kind of an indictment of the Chargers in this game as well, because they should have played a lot better in this, and they should have beat Denver by more. They had a couple opportunities that I saw and we were missed.
Pretty much all wrong about the fucking AFC West.
Yeah, and
except for fucking...
Yeah, I mean the Chargers are 4-2, and the Chiefs are who they are.
They don't look like a 4-2.
No, they don't. And but because the Raiders and the Broncos suck, maybe they'll end up with a pretty good record. And I think they make the playoffs. I think the Chargers end up making the playoffs.
I wouldn't say that
win a playoff game.
Yeah, I was like they probably are one of the top 7 teams in the AFC, but I don't think that they're really that good. And
yes. They're not in my top 10. So, but yeah, that was week 6.
Sixth down.
Okay, Dannon had to go. Dannon had to leave to go to work. So I'm gonna finish off the last little bit here. I'm gonna talk a little bit about a new week. Got a new week 7 on the way. I will give you my best estimation, but as you clearly saw from last week, I'm a genius. So Thursday Night Football is New Orleans at Arizona. They just can't get it. They just can't get it right on these fucking Thursday night games, can they? But yeah, New Orleans at Arizona. It's a better game. It's better than some of the fucking Washington and Chicago. Arizona's a 1.5 point favorite at home. I think that they cover. And I think they win by 3. New Orleans at Arizona. Yeah. Oh, man. Arizona's not great. And their offense has struggled. They really... and I thought this would happen. I was out on Arizona early. But New Orleans has also struggled. So they're two kind of teams that are trying to figure out who they are. This might actually be the opposite of what I'm saying, and it could be that New Orleans comes out and kind of plays good defense and figures this game out. But for now, I'll ride with Arizona winning this game. Houston at Vegas. Vegas is a 7-point favorite at home. It's kind of a high number for me. I am going to pick Houston and the points because I think that 7 is too big. I think that Vegas wins, but I think it's a tighter game than they think. Houston's had a bye week. They can feel a little better. maybe heal up a little bit, and they'll be scrappy, but hopefully lose. Going for that Bryce Young, and I think Houston might even actually outright win this game because Vegas has played really, really poorly, and they probably are going to be without Devontae Adams. We'll probably find that out this week, but yeah, I would guess that Vegas keeps this close, but probably squeaks out a win, but not by 7 points. I'm going to take Houston and the points. Atlanta at Cincinnati. This should be a good game, especially because I didn't expect it out of Atlanta, but Atlanta or Cincinnati, I'm sorry, is a 6-point favorite at home. Shut your fucking mouth! And I'm gonna go Cincy. Y'all know I ride with Swaggy Joey. I ride with that Cincinnati train. I get it. 6 points is also quite a lot for a scrappy Atlanta team that could keep this close. And Cincinnati's been in a lot of close games. But I don't know. I see Cincinnati playing a lot better. They've definitely kind of turned the corner, and they're 3-3 against 3-3. So they know that both of these teams are going to be playing hard. This will probably be a really good game, actually. And I'm going to say Cincinnati ends up pulling out the win by a touchdown. Jamar Chase, number one scorer this week. Fucking man, did I call it a what? No, I made the right choice with Cooper Kupp, but I did say Jamar Chase is going to have a great year, and I think from here on out we're going to see some really good games out of Jamar Chase. Detroit at Dallas. Dallas is a 7-point favorite at home. I think that's respectable, being that Dak is going to come back, and Detroit has really kind of struggled in the last couple games. I'm going to take Dallas. I know that 7, I think Detroit could keep it closer than 7, but I think Dallas ends up getting a win with Dak's first game back. I think they come back and look good. They play strong, and I'll give Dallas the win. Detroit, man, Detroit's got to turn it around. I think they'll get DeAndre Swift back in this game, so that should help a lot. Maybe they spoil Dak's return, and they could end up beating him. I think that would be a really fun storyline, especially should we go back to Cooper Rush. But I will say Dallas gets that win, just going with the hot defense right now and the way that Dallas has played. I think they end up playing pretty well against, and Detroit's defense just can't stop anybody. So Dak should score, and it should be a good game for Dak to come back on. Indianapolis at Tennessee. Tennessee is a 3-point favorite at home. I think that's fair. I'm going to go with Tennessee to win this game. Indianapolis played a lot better last week, and I think that this should be a much better game. If you had asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said Tennessee would kill Indianapolis, but I think that it's a much closer game, and I think Indianapolis plays well, but I think Tennessee, this is those weird games that Tennessee squeaks out, especially in our division. They squeak these games out. So I'll get a squeaker here for Indianapolis. Maybe they can. I'll give you a squeaker's chance, but I think Tennessee squeaks itself. Too many times saying squeak, okay? How many times did I say that? Green Bay at Washington. Man. And Dannon was just saying, whoever's playing Green Bay, you take the other one. You want to make money. You take whoever's playing them because they're definitely not going to cover the points, and they might just lose. I don't think they lose to Taylor Heineke and the Washington Commanders, though, because the Washington Commanders are a very bad team. Green Bay is a 5.5-point favorite. I think that's fair. I think that's a funny number, but it's fair. I think they can cover that. I'm going to take Green Bay. Hesitantly, I'm going to take Green Bay. Washington might be able to. Maybe Taylor Heineke, has one of those amazing moments that he's had before in the past. But I'll say Green Bay covers the points and they get it done. Tampa Bay at Carolina. It's another one of those fucking huge ass numbers again. 10.5 points. It's absolutely insane that you would do that to my guy. You expect so much out of him, but I do too, and I'm picking Tampa Bay because I always pick Tampa Bay because I'm going to ride with Tom Brady till I've been a fucking end. And Carolina sucks. Probably will be PJ Walker again. And, I mean, even if it was Baker Mayfield, who gives a shit? The Carolina Panthers suck, and Tom Brady should definitely get it back on track and get a win this week, go to 4-3. The Giants at Jacksonville. Ooh-wee. All right, so I kind of have to change my tune, right? I can't just keep banging the drum of that the Giants suck and then the Giants go and they win like this. Like it's impossible to keep saying, "Oh, the Giants suck. Oh, the Giants suck. Oh, the Giants suck," and they act this way. So I'm going to take the Giants in this. I'm going to say the Giants beat the Jacksonville at home. Jacksonville's a 3-point favorite, so if you want to make some money, go and take the 5-1 Giants over the Jacksonville Jaguars. But yeah, it's crazy that I just selected the New York Giants, but I did. The Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. This should be a good game. It's a divisional game, so it is usually a lot closer than you think. But I'm going to say that Cleveland doesn't look so hot, and I think that Baltimore gets back on track. I know 6.5 is a big number for Baltimore. They're favored at home, but I will say Baltimore wins this game, and I think they do it by a touchdown. So I'll take the 6.5. I get it, and I'll take Baltimore at 6.5. Should be a closer game than that. Probably in the end of the day, I'm probably going to be wrong about that one, but. I don't like what Cleveland has done in the last couple of weeks. I don't think Jacoby Brissett is playing particularly well. The Jets at Denver. This was easy for me, honestly, with the way that the Jets played against Green Bay and the way that Denver played on Monday night. Denver's a 3-point favorite at home. I don't know what kind of respect they're trying to put on Denver that just hasn't played that well. I'm going to take the Jets. Easy money there. Go to mybookie.com. Fuck the algorithm, and definitely put some money on the Jets because I think the Jets keep this thing going, and they beat Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson still looks bad, and that I don't know how that looks any better. But knowing the NFL, it'll probably be the exact opposite of that. Seattle at the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers is going to be a 6.5-point favorite in this game. It's pretty high. Actually, I had to think about that because that is a pretty high number, and Seattle has played a lot better than expected. So maybe I want to switch. You know what? I am going to switch. I'm going to take the Seattle with a 6.5. I think 6.5 is too high, and I think they cover those points. I don't think they win the game, but I think that they don't win by more than 3 points. So I'm going to say Seattle with that 6.5 points. I'm going to take Seattle. Kansas City at San Francisco. Kansas City is a 3-point favorite on the road. With the way San Francisco played, I'm going to have to agree with Vegas. I'm going to have to say that Kansas City is going to get this done. I know San Francisco will come out and play hard, but they're missing a lot of people. They got a lot of injuries. Bosa was out, and Kansas City, they usually don't bounce back off a loss with another loss. They usually bounce back from a loss and go, okay, let's show everybody why we are who we are. So I would imagine that Kansas City comes out and it's actually probably not a very close game, and they win by way more than 3 points. So I'm going to take Kansas City in that. Pittsburgh at Miami is the Sunday night football game. Miami's a 7-point favorite at home. I'm pretty sure we're going to get the return of Tua. I'm going to take Miami in this. I don't love Pittsburgh. I haven't. I know they just beat my guy, but and Mike Tomlin is a good coach, but I don't know. I see something in Miami. There's still something there, even though they've had some losses in a row. They need their guy back. They need Tua back, and then I think they kind of get this thing rolling again. So I'm gonna still ride with the Miami Dolphins. I'm not going to give up on them. I'm going to still ride with it and say that they get this job done. I just flipped the mic. I hope that everything sounded all right. Then the Monday Night Football game, kind of not the most exciting game, but we'll see. The Chicago Bears at the New England Patriots. The Patriots are a 7.5-point favorite. I think that's more than enough. I think they win by 2 touchdowns with the way that Chicago has played and the way that New England has played the last couple of weeks. I don't see how you would say otherwise. So I'm going to say New England, go ahead and get that job done and get a nice little ass beating on Monday Night Football. I think they exposed Justin Fields. Not a good matchup for Bill Belichick defense is Justin Fields. He's gonna do well. So, all right, go to mybookie.com. Fuck the algorithm. I can't stop burping. Overtime. Oh! Oh, a little bit over time here. So we always been talking about. I've been going over the the top scores. I've already said it. Or spoiler alert: Jamar Chase, 35 points. Stephon Diggs was right behind him, 30 points. Tyreek Hill ended up squeaking 29 points out of those garbage minutes. Brandon Ayuk got 28. Deion Jackson of the Indianapolis Colts, everybody's got him. He's got 28 points. Michael Pittman was right behind him, another Colt, 26. Ramondre Stevenson had 25. Mike fucking Gesicki had 24 points. I fucking hate you, Mike Gesicki. Make up your mind. What are you? Are you good or are you bad? Austin Eckler got 24 points. Mark Andrews broke into that top 10. He's number 10 at 23. Chase Claypool had 23. How crazy was that? And by the way, if you think Chase Claypool is going to keep that up, good on you. Good on you. But then Christian McCaffrey rounded up my top 12 with 22 points. I think a lot of that we saw coming, right? A lot of the Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Austin Eckler, Mark Andrews. We knew these guys were going to be good. But the people like Michael Pittman, man, I maybe made mistakes by trading him away. I think we'll see. We'll see in the long run. I needed running back help, and I'm glad I got him on both teams. But Michael Pittman's a good player, so I might have made a mistake there. But I'm still not big on the Colts. I'm still got my foot on the brake on the Colts rather than the gas. And some craziness on the, Joe Burrow was the number one quarterback. Matt Ryan was the number 2. Josh Allen, Marcus Mariota, Trevor Lawrence was number 5 ahead of Patrick Mahomes. Then Bailey Zappi, number 7. Teddy Bridgewater, number 8. Jimmy Garoppolo, number 9. Again, if I showed you at the beginning of the season this was going to be your top 10 in week 6 of quarterbacks, you'd be like, who the hell is Bailey Zappi? And why do you have Teddy Bridgewater on that list? But that's just where we are. That's how it goes. That's the injury bugs. That's the way it goes. I want to talk about power rankings, though. I haven't done a power rankings yet. I haven't kind of had enough footage to view and say this is the best team in the league. But I think we're at that point. I think 6 weeks in, you can kind of make that assessment. This is just for right now. This is just based on record, the way I think the team plays, and kind of going forward maybe into the future of what I could see for them in the future. So I'm going to start with my number 1, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have played incredible at this point. Their defense is coming around. They have a young defense that's just going to get better. They have weapons all over the place for Jalen Hurts. They have an offensive line that is probably the best in the league. Not enough good things you can say about it. They're 6-0 at this point. I don't see it going down from here. I see it going up. I see them beating the Commanders. I see them beating the New York Giants if they have to play them again. They will. They'll have to play them twice. I see them beating them twice. I don't think they match up. The Giants do not match up well against the Eagles. You're going to have to pass the ball. You're not going to be able to run the ball because they have such a good defense. And good luck passing the ball with Darius Slay and Bradbury and all these guys. Philadelphia Eagles are for real. So, they're going to be my number 1. And closely behind them is the Buffalo Bills. We've seen the Buffalo Bills in some great games already this year. They started off with the Rams. They've beat the Chiefs now. They have beat the Baltimore Ravens. They have had a very close game with Miami that they almost got back into. That was a great game. But yeah, Buffalo 5-1. I mean, their division is deep, though. Let's not sleep on that division. The Jets, the Dolphins, the Patriots, all those teams are very good teams. And as we thought the AFC West was going to be very good, it's actually that AFC East that's killing it right now. But I would say Buffalo is right there. They are a very good team. Defensively, they don't become better by losing Micah Hyde. They become worse, but they're still a very good team. And I think that defensively, like we were talking about, that closer role for Von Miller seems to be working. So I like Buffalo. Number 3, Kansas City. I said that these teams were very close, and I meant it even with a loss. I know there's other teams that are 5-1, and that Kansas City's only 4-2, but it'd be hard for you to tell me a team that is better than those three teams right now, than Philly, Buffalo, Kansas City. I just don't know if you could. Kansas City is still a very hot offense, even with the departure of Tyreek Hill. Their defense is playing much better. They played really well against Buffalo. It was a very good defensive game. Buffalo is one of the best in the league, and they held them to 24 points. I think Kansas City wins that division. It was always their division. I don't know why we thought otherwise. And they're going to go on to win a lot of games with Patrick Mahomes in his tenure. So I keep saying tenure today. Squeaking on a tenure. Squeaking on a butt. Number 4. This one was hard for me, because I think all these next teams are kind of in the same bracket where they're good teams. They're going to be playoff teams. I don't know if they're Super Bowl winning teams yet, but they're on that cusp. And the reason that I went with them for number 4 is mostly because of their record. I think that, especially with the Packers in their division that don't look great, and the rest of their doo-doo-ass division, the Minnesota Vikings are going to win that division, and they might even have one of the best records in the NFC, so they might be right there with Philadelphia as going back in 1 and 2. And I do think Minnesota plays really well. Their defense is good enough, and their offense is good. So with that, I would say they have a chance to be a good team in the playoffs, and as long as they don't muff it up in the next couple of weeks, I like Minnesota. This one, after last night, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm going to leave them here for now just because of Justin Herbert and because they're a good team. Number 5, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, they don't look like a 4-2 team. I think they get some wins against the Broncos and they get some wins against the Raiders, but I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers being my number 5 for now. I already looking below them, I have my boys. I got Tampa Bay and Cincinnati at 6 and 7. And I think both of those teams could surpass the Chargers in the coming weeks. But as of right now, Tampa Bay and Cincinnati have not done enough to make it into my top 10. And the Chargers have got wins when they needed to, and they're 4-2, so I can't take that away from them. So I'll say the Chargers are 4-2. Austin Eckler looks great, and they're going to get Keenan Allen back at some point, hopefully, and they'll be a very good team. Number 6, Tampa Bay. Listen, y'all know this is Tom Brady. I'm not going to sleep on Tom Brady. Tom Brady will win that division. They will be a good team in the NFC. I don't know if they'll be a higher seed than Philly or Minnesota, but I think that they'll be a very good team. And I think they end up hard out in the playoffs if they are an out. And they might not be, because by the time playoffs come around, who knows? But Tampa Bay, 3-3. I have them ahead of some other teams that have better records than them. But this is my power rankings, and I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. Number 7, Cincinnati. Again, with the way Cincinnati has started off, you would think, why don't I have Baltimore ahead of Cincinnati? But I don't. I think Cincinnati is going to play very well. I think they come down the stretch, and they're a very tough team in the AFC. Good luck to Buffalo and Kansas City, because you will have to see Cincinnati again. Guarantee it for the years to come with Joe Burrow. But yeah, with Joe Burrow and that offense, if their defense can hold up for them and their offensive line can play a little better, they're a very scary team. Number 8. Can't believe I did this. I can't believe I even talked myself into this, that I have to put the New York Giants there for now. Do I think the wheels fall off? Yes. Do I have them even winning a single playoff game? No. But the New York Giants are my number 8 team. I had to put them ahead of the Dallas Cowboys, obviously, because the Dallas Cowboys are 4-2. So I got to put the Giants there. They're 5-1. They've got one of the best records in the league at this point. They've gotten wins when they need to. They can't help who they play. They can only play the game in front of them. They beat Baltimore. They beat a good team. So I'll give them their due, and I'll say that the New York Giants are definitely the way to go. Yeah, that said nobody ever. Dallas is my number 9 team, 4-2. Still got a Super Bowl defense, in my opinion, and Dak coming back, we'll see. I've got them ahead of a lot of other teams in the NFC because of their defense alone. And then the number 10, rounding out, I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens still got a good squad. They still got Lamar Jackson, who I think is an extreme athlete and very good. I don't think that they're incredible. And I think that they don't deserve to be in the top 5 by any means, and I have Cincinnati ahead of them. But they're good enough to be in my top 10. There's some teams that are not in there. There's some teams that are left out of that. There's Tennessee, who was last year's number 1. I don't have them in there. New England, they were in last year's playoffs. I don't have them in there. San Francisco, they haven't proven enough to me to be in the top 10 yet. I think San Francisco is the only one that I would say you're arguing against yourself, because San Francisco, they are 3-3 and they could be better than that, but they're just not yet. And Green Bay, Green Bay has not played well. What about Green Bay makes you go, oh yeah, they're a top 10 team? People just do that because they're Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers don't give a shit. Man, I don't know if you give a shit either. We were here again with another hour and a half long. Good God, can't stop, won't stop, shit on the titty. But I got to get on about my day. I know you do too. Thank you for watching. Love you. Love you. Fuck off. You know we ain't about that love. Fuck off, motherfucker. Woo!